So here's your maths memory first revision card. So let's get a new card out. Let's write these clear sections on this revision card, which you have over here. And let's go through each one in turn. So first of all, during this video, trigonometry, we're going to show you how to find out or calculate lengths. Okay, there are two types of ways of finding out a side length. We'll go through each one of those two ways. Also, we're going to show you how to calculate an angle from a right angle triangle and go through context worded problems. Okay, this topic is called trigonometry. This is week 9 on your planner, and this is both a foundation and a higher tier video. This is a bronze topic, grade 5 over here. Leave a space on your revision card for your best questions in this video, and hopefully by the end of this we'll have 3 clear sections, step 1, 2 and 3, to define where we're heading towards this. So press pause and let's turn over for our toolkit. So on your revision card on toolkit, give one big clear space for section A, which is this over here. We only have one section for this topic, so do this and press pause, and we're going to write loads of good tips and tricks within this box within this video. Press pause, please. Question 1, back to basics. Press pause, write this question down on trigonometry, find the length of x and press play when you have finished. So the question is asking is this: ABC is a right angled triangle, find the unknown length AB. Now we want to find out a side length over here, and we know this is trigonometry because we have a right angle involved in this triangle and we have an angle involved over here. Okay, the question will rarely say the word trigonometry, but we know it's trigonometry because of a right angle and there's an angle involved. If there's no angle involved, it'll be Pythagoras. Little hint, by the way. So there are 3 steps for any trigonometry question. Step 1, let's label this. Okay, so let's label this over here. H is always opposite the right angle for hypotenuse. O is always opposite the angle that's given, and A is your leftover length over there, adjacent. Okay, step 2, let's write a mnemonic SOHCAHTOA, because SOHCAHTOA is the way of us remembering which of these functions to apply. SOHCAHTOA. This is something you should memorize as well. S for sine, O for opposite, H for hypotenuse, C for cos, A for adjacent, H for hypotenuse, T for tan, opposite, adjacent. So we need to find one of these 3 things. Now, the way we do this is we always choose the length we have and the length we want to find out. Let's just tick this off, by the way, over here. Step 2 is done, SOHCAHTOA. What do we mean by this? So we have length H and we want to find out length O. So we have H, we have O. We don't want to find O, by the way. So where's H and O? H and O will be over here. So relates to this triangle over here. Okay, so we need to draw a triangle and then figure out underneath that what things would be inside here. Now the pivot, the out bit on top of here, will always be O. This will be S and curly X. This will be H over here. Okay, it'll always be this. Now we cover up with our finger the one you want to find out. You want to find out O, so we cover up over here, and we're going to do exactly what it says: sine X times H. So X is the angle that's given, which is 30 degrees over here. So sine 30 on your calculator times H, which is going to be 8. Answer is 4 centimeters. So that's our 3rd step, to choose the triangle and to apply it. Okay, steps 1, 2, 3, fairly simple. It's on the right hand side over here. This is what you should be getting used to in this topic. Question 2, back to basics. Press pause, find out length X over here, and press play when you have finished. So this is another type of scenario we're going to be using with trigonometry over here, and it's about finding another kind of side length. It'll make sense in a second when we talk about this. So ABC is a right angled triangle, find the unknown length AC. So AC is this length over here. How do we go about this? The same way as we did before. So let's label each side length first of all. H is always opposite our right angle over here. Let's highlight this right angle, by the way. O is going to be opposite the angle that's given, O, and A are left over. Okay, so that's step 1 done already. Step 2, let's write SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA is a mnemonic over here. So SOHCAHTOA And the reason for writing this is to find out triangles from this. Step 2 done. Step 3, let's choose one of these. Now the one we want to apply choose is the one that we have the length and we want to find out. So what do we have? We have O. Or what do we want to find out? A. So what has got O and A in it? O and A will be TOA. So tan is what we need to use over here. Let's draw a triangle over here. And let's put the middle number always on top first. So O is our pivot. O here. TX. X stands for angle. A over here as well. Put it times if you want to. So let's cover up the one you want to find out. So we want to find out this time A. So A is going to be over here. We cover this up with our finger. Now, this is a different scenario from the question before because we're covering up this one over here. Now we have this scenario where we do O divided by tan X. We're going down on the pyramid and we've come up with this little mnemonic DD. DD stands for down divide. Okay, so it'll be O divided by tan X. So O divided by tan X would simply be 6 divided by tan 60. So this will be our answer, and three single figures on the calculator, 3.46 centimeters. So those 3 steps are fairly simple to use and understand. Again, go through that. This is our second scenario with the length. Question 3, back to basics. So press pause, find this angle X, and press play when you have finished. So question 3, this is all about finding an angle in a trigonometry example as well. So it's the first time we're doing an angle. So ABC is a right angled triangle. We know that obviously. Find the unknown angle ABC. So we want to find out ABC, the middle one over here, okay, which is that. Give your answer to the 3 significant figures. So first of all, let's follow the steps. The first step is to label this triangle. Let's label this H, O, and A. So H is opposite the right angle, O is opposite the angle, and A is your leftover adjacent. Step 2, let's do SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA, again, we write the same mnemonic we've done before, SOHCAHTOA, and we're going to try to find out now one of these over here. So step 3, let's apply this. Now when we apply this, we're going to find out the one we've got, the length we have, and the length we have, okay? Because it's the first time we're finding out an angle, and in that scenario, you'll always have 2 lengths that are known. So which 2 do we know over here? Well, we definitely know A, which is 9, and O, okay? So it'll be tan, because O and A are involved in that. So let's write down our fixed triangle from here. The O is always opposite here on top. X for the angle, A over here, times. So let's cover up the one we want to find out. We want to find out X, which is the angle. We can cover up X and T as well, tan X, both of these. And we want to go down now and down divide, because we're going down this way over here. It's going to be down divide. So we can put that DD. So O divided by A, which is the same as saying 4 divided by 9. So do 4 divided by 9 on the calculator, press equals. You should get an answer over there, okay? Now, what you do is this. You shift tan this answer. So what we mean is this. You do tan minus 1. Shift tan answer. Answer should have been your 4 over 9 there. And you get an answer. The 3 significant figures of 24 degrees. Okay? So if I were to say that again, you do 4 divided by 9. You press equals. When you press equals, you get an answer. Okay? That answer, leave there. Okay? You can press AC on the calculator if you want to get rid of that. You just then do shift tan answer. Shift tan answer equals will give you 24 degrees. And that's how you get this. So on your revision card, on your toolkit, on section A, we only have one section for this video. You should write down 3 stages now of, let's say, attempting or calculating any kind of trigonometry questions. So step 1, to label your sides. Step 2, write SOHCAHTOA. And step 3, to know which one to apply. So pause this, write this down. You're going to need this before we attempt our core questions. And press play when you have done this. Question 1, core 1. Press pause, write this triangle down, try to find angle BAC. Press play when you're done. So this is a typical kind of trigonometry question over here. we need to find out angle BAC. So BAC is this angle over here. It's always the one in the middle, remember. Now this is definitely trigonometry because we have a right angle over here and there's an angle involved. Okay, that makes us think trigonometry. So let's apply the 3 steps straight away. Step 1, let's label this. Okay, always do H first. H for hypotenuse, O for opposite, A for adjacent, in that order. Okay, so H opposite the right angle, O opposite the angle given. Let's call this X, by the way, and A is the last one over there. Okay, step 1 done. Step 2 is to write SOHCAHTOA. This is not given in the formula booklet. You need to write this down. So SOHCAHTOA. Okay, and now we want to choose the one side length we have and the side length we have. So what do we got and what do we got? We've got A, we've got H. A and H will definitely mean ka. Okay, it's cos x over here. So we're going to be using this one over here. Okay, so step 2 was to write a mnemonic and choose it. Step 3, let's apply this. So step 3, we're going to apply this with a triangle. Some students use a algebra method. We're going to be using triangles like we do in this video over here and in general throughout this whole of maths memories. Let's first of all draw the triangle for cos. It'll be a triangle like this. Now the middle number, which is A over here, will always go up. Okay, if that's A, then this will be A over here. This will be CX. X stands for your angle, times for multiply, H over here. And you want to cover up with your finger, any finger, cover up obviously the one you want to find out. You want to find out X, don't we? Okay, so we're going to cover up CX, cos and X go hand in glove together. It'll be basically finding an angle. It'll be cos minus 1, A divided by H. Okay, A is 10 and this is 12, and your answer for this. So if you do shift cos 10 over 12 and you press equals, you get an answer of 33.6 degrees. So that's your answer for this simple question over here. So make sure you look back and you understand how we got that. That's the value of X. Question 2, core 2. Press pause, draw this triangle down, and given that sine 30 equals a half from the question, try to find out length X. Press play when you're ready. So this question is definitely trigonometry as well. We have a right angle over here, and obviously we have a angle involved too. Let's try to find out this side length X over here. Now we're given this already in the question. We're given that sine 30 equals 1/2, and normally they would give you these trigonometry, let's say, values in the question. Okay, let's try to do it from here. Step 1. Let's label this triangle over here. Okay, so H opposite the right angle, O opposite the angle given, and A the leftover for adjacent. Step 1 done. Step 2, let's write SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA is a mnemonic. Again, this is not in the formula booklet. We need to write this down. So SOHCAHTOA. Now it's always the one you've got and the one you want to find out. We've got H, i.e. 10. We want to find out X, i.e. O. So O and H will definitely be sine X over here. So let's draw the triangle now for this. Step 3, let's apply this. When we apply this, obviously when we choose SO, the middle number O over here, this number always goes on top or the pivot of the triangle, as we're used to over here. If we have it like this, the top bit will be O, and SX, the angle, times an H. So we cover up now O over here, the top bit. We got a bit confused over there. We cover this up. Now it'll be simply sin X times H. So sin X. Now sin X times H. Sin X is sin 30. Okay, and that's times H, which is going to be 10. Now sin 30 is 0.5 over here. So we're saying 0.5 times 10. Okay, you simply substitute this in. The answer is going to be 5. A very simple question, very simple answer. Okay, so 5 is going to be the answer, 5 centimeters. There we go. Question 3, challenge. Press pause, draw this diagram, find the length BD, and press play when you're finished. So let's try to find out this question over here. The question is saying to find out the length BD, okay, which is over here. BD is this length over here. Let's read this over here. So the diagram shows 2 lampposts, AB and CD, on a horizontal ground. Here we have 1 AB, here we have 2 CD. AB equals 1.8, we can see that from over here. The ratio of CD to AB is 2.5 to 1, which means for every one of these lampposts, AB, CD will be 2.5 that length. Okay, it's a ratio or scale factor. The angle of elevation of C from A is 55 degrees. So this word elevation has cropped up before. It's applied trigonometry. Okay, calculate the length of BD. So BD is this length here, BD. We need to find out that length. Let's see how we can form a right angled triangle using this and what we can take away from this. So first of all, let's work out the length of DC over here. Okay, if AB is 1.8, obviously 1.8 times 2.5 will give us our answer for this. You can use a calculator. It'll be 4.5. Okay, 4.5 meters over here. So this whole length of CD is going to be 4.5 first of all. Right, now let's see what we can do from this. The question is asking us dB. How can we find out dB? Let's use this information over here. Elevation of 55. Remember this word from first. FF, from first, from bearings. So from A, this is 55 degrees. So basically, if you were to have, let's say, a line over here. Let's call this line over there, like this. And then go from here to here, like that. This angle over here is going to be 55 degrees. It's elevation. It means it's going up from the ground. We're going up over here, 55 degrees. We want to find out dB. dB, we assume, is the same as this length over here as well. Let's perhaps draw another triangle to make this a bit better, otherwise we can't really see this. This is going to be 55 degrees. This DC is going to be 4.5. Take away 1.8, 2.7. So how do we find out this length DA? If we know DA, we're going to find out DB. It's the same concept. Use your 3 steps for this. So step 1, let's label this H, O, and A. Okay, we won't do them formally. You should be an expert by now. H, O, and A. Step 2, SOHCAHTOA. You should know it's that. Step 3, we need to find out, obviously, this length over here, DA. So what do we got and what do we want to find out? It's O and A. O and A will simply be tan. So let's draw our triangle for this TOA. Be tan. O on top, always do the top bit first. TX times A over here. So let's cover up the one we want to find out. We want to find out, obviously, this length A. We're going to cover this up here. It's O divided by tan X. DD down divide. Remember, when you go down over here, you do down divide. D. So O divided by tan X is simply 2.7 over tan 55. And if we do this, 2.7 divided by tan 55 is going to give us an answer of 1.89 meters. Okay, the 3 significant figures. So look through that. There are quite a few things to understand, like ratios, elevations, but quite a simple concept if you really get to grips with this. So this is how your maths revision card should look like by the end of these core questions. So make sure, let's go through all of these points in turn. So calculating the length. So you should be confident in finding out 2 different types of lengths on your triangle. On this one, finding out again an angle from a triangle, right angled triangle. You should be confident in looking at different type of worded questions as well. Okay, so these are your 3 steps. Any trigonometry question should be really used. Okay, so label your sides H, O, and A, hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent, right, SOHCAHTOA, and then know which one to apply by applying it over here. Okay, so if you have these 3 steps, you're pretty much on the right track. So let's now pause this, write these steps down, and let's turn over to remind ourselves of our toolkit before we start these Let's Do It questions. Let's again remind ourselves of these key 3 stages. If you haven't got these written down as this over here, please write them down on your revision card, because these will be really invaluable for the next questions to come. Question 1, let's do it. So let's start with our trigonometry questions, and this is number 1. So without a calculator, try to find length AB or X centimeters. Press pause and press play when you have done this. Question 2, let's do it. Press pause, write this question down, try to find the length of how far ship S is from town D, and press play when you are ready. Question 3, let's do it. Press pause, write these triangles down, try to find angle X, and press play when you have finished. So let's rate ourselves on our planner right now to see how well you've understood trigonometry. How well have you understood the 3 steps? How well have you applied your revision cards to your Let's Do It questions as well? So if you think you've clocked it, give yourself a good mark out of 10 on your planner to make sure you've got this.